The new school year begins on August 12th, and a new policy from the Clark County School District is getting some pushback from students and their parents. Beginning this year, students in grades 6 through 12, they will have to place their cellular telephones in signal blocking pouches provided by the school during school hours. Students will be allowed to use their phones during lunch periods and in emergencies such as school lockdowns and fire drills. An online petition opposing the policy, citing safety concerns, has collected more than 11,000 signatures, and students will also be required to wear some identification badges on a lanyard during the school hours. So what is the basis for the county's new cell phone and ID badge policies, and could the online petition stop the cell phone ban from actually going forward? Here to discuss it all, we have attorney Matthew Hoffman with Battle-Born Injury Lawyers. And Matt, this is really timely because we know we're getting so close to school starting. So let's talk first about where did the policy come from when we're talking especially about the fact that these kids need to have the pouches, and then some of them also need to have an ID.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly surprised it's taken this long. I mean, the iPhone debuted, 2007? A long time ago, and cell phones were around before that. And I'm lucky enough to be old. You know, we didn't have this problem as far as cell phones, but the logic of it is partly safety of students, in particular bullying. And then also you just got student attention and improved attention during class, less disruption, more focus on education. You know, when you think about it, it makes sense. I mean, I can't imagine being in class and doing something innocuous, maybe rubbing your nose in a way that looks, somebody takes a video of it, right? And it looks like you're picking your nose, and then they immediately text it to everybody in class. That's kind of the bullying thing. And so they're just trying to reduce all that and the distractions. And, they're spending something like $50,000 on these pouches that, eliminate the signal, giving them to the students and just saying, hey, look, during school hours outside of lunch, got to have your phone in the pouch. We don't want those distractions or those activities going forward. And then the same logic applies with the ID badges. We want to know that students that are on campus are students. We want to prevent non-students from roaming around campus because of public schools, it's not like you have uniforms and other things.
So how do you enforce it? And is there an actual legal basis for schools to even implement these policies?
Yeah, I mean, the legal base is pretty easy. We often talk about different things with, this, what's the role of the federal government? What's the role of the state government? The state governments have the exclusive control over the safety and welfare of their citizens. Well, they can divest that to the public schools. And if you look at public schools, schools can force you to be vaccinated as a student. Students can be expelled. Parents can go to jail or be fined if their kids are truants. They're not going to class enough. So the power is there. They have all the legal authority in the world. Compared to blocking cell phones, the question is going to be implementation. From what I've read, and different schools will have their own policies. Some schools will allow the pouches to be placed in backpacks. Other schools may want the phones in the pouches in a centralized location. It's going to be school by school. So I get the petition. I guess it's from people that don't know that parents can actually call and get a message to you without a phone. And I see the pushback, but there's no legal basis to overturn this as far as the parents and students go. And the real question is, will there be enough disruption by the students in protesting this that the schools see it as more of a, more harm than good in implementing the policy? Maybe then you'd see it go away, but for now it's happening.
All right, so a word to the wise there as people are paying attention to this. As we mentioned, 11,000 signatures on that petition, so that shows you just how many people are interested in this, and I'm sure that number will likely grow. Thank you so much, as always, for breaking down the law for us and just the situation at hand. We really appreciate you, Matt. And if you have any questions that you want Matt to answer, please email us at breakingdownthelaw@news3lv.com.